Morning, YouTube. Welcome to the second episode of Poolside Chat with Just Piddlin Barbecue. Let's get going. Alright guys, this is Sunday morning. I'm going to try to do these maybe every other week on a Sunday. And I almost didn't make it to Sunday because my head was about to explode about Wednesday over some of the topics that I'm going to talk about today. And the topic today is just going to be pellet grill do's and don'ts. I even made some notes to kind of keep me on track. But this is going to be pellet grill do's and don'ts. Now I want to go ahead and preface this by saying I understand that there are beginners out there who need help with things and they want to find out things, and so they ask questions on the internet and stuff like that, and they're just wanting to get help, and I get that. I understand that. So before anybody says, you know, I'm a jerk and all that, I understand that people want to have places where they can go and get advice on things. Okay, so I'm not saying don't ask for advice, but what I am saying is use some common sense, please. Okay, again, I'm not against beginners asking for advice. Go ahead and put it out there, so don't even comment and say that. But, and I'm fixing to tell you what my but is. The biggest do is do your research. Before you buy a pellet grill, do your research. And research is not a Facebook group. Okay? Now, that can be a small part of your research because there are some good Facebook groups out there. But your research is not a Facebook group. Before I bought my first pellet grill, I did research upon research. I read reviews, I watched YouTube videos, I went to the company's pages, so on and so forth. Yeah, I did some Facebook group reading what they were having to say as well. But I researched not opinions. Opinions aren't facts necessarily. Okay, I wanted concrete facts. What is the gauge thickness of the steel that the products are made out of? What kind of controllers do they use? How big is the grilling surface? What temps does it get up to? That kind of thing. Okay, concrete evidence of what I was buying, what the price is, so on and so forth, all those things. So biggest thing to do research. Okay, the biggest don't. Now for the don't buy a pellet grill until you do the do, which is do your research. Don't do it. I feel like some people now just get up and say, hey honey, what you want to do today? I don't know. Why don't we go out and buy a pellet grill? And they just go out and buy a pellet grill, come home, plug it in, turn it on, and blow up their back porch. And then it's the grill's fault. That's my biggest pet peeve. It's always the grill's fault. Now let's talk about Facebook groups. I'm telling you, I have about, I got to get off of there. I got to get off of it. So, and again, there are some good Facebook groups. It's not the group itself. It's some of the people in the group are just bonkers, man. They're bonkers. Bonkers. Some people were not handed out common sense cards. The first thing is, and I just said it, they get on these groups and they have problems, and you know what has happened when they first start out by saying what they done already. Well, I cleaned it out, and I did this, and I did that, so it's not me. But after about a thread of 40 comments, the truth really comes out. Well, yeah, I didn't do that. Well, I didn't check that. But it's always the grill's fault. When in truth, 95% of the time, no matter what brand of grill you're using, okay, 95% of the time, it's user error because they have not done any research. They don't understand how the grill works. And by the way, I'm fixing to put a link right up here to a video that I did, maybe a year ago, 8 months ago. If you haven't watched this video, go watch it and then come back and pick this video up. Now, all grill brands of pellet grills have the potential to have issues. Let me say that again. All grill brands have the potential in pellet smokers to have issues. Period. You can say what you want to say. That's the truth. Now, I can't go down here to the Chevrolet dealership right down the road and buy a brand new Chevrolet Silverado, drive it off the lot, and drive it up here to this red light, run the red light and hit somebody, and then say, I knew I should have bought a Ford. I knew I should have bought a Ford. Even worse is me buying a new Chevrolet Silverado, running a red light, hitting somebody, and then going on the internet on some kind of Chevrolet Silverado owners group. I knew I should have bought a Ford. That's even worse. And then on top of that, you've got buddies that see that you crashed your Silverado and they'll message you. I told you should have bought a Ford. But that's what we do in the grill community, you know. Somebody with a Grilla Grill has a problem. I told you should have bought a Traeger. Somebody with a Traeger has a problem. I told you should have bought that Green Mountain Grill. Somebody has a problem with a Green Mountain Grill. That's why I went with that Rectech. You know, I'm so tired of hearing all that crap. And that's what it is, crap. I understand that everybody has their favorite brand. I have my favorite brand. At the same time, I don't lose my mind and think that all other pellet grills are crap, because they're not. I'm being totally honest with you. And I don't want to hear anything from people about, you know, the brands that I mentioned. I've got a Grilla Grill Silverbac and I've got a Traeger Tailgater. Both of them put out excellent food. I haven't had a problem with either one of them. Both of them are great grills. The end. Just this morning, just getting ready for this little video, I said, let me just get on here and see what I see just in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes on one of the Pellet Smoker pages, some folks are talking about the smoke setting on a Traeger. And this is 3 back-to-back threads. Boom. Well, the smoke setting is at 180 degrees. Very next comment. Well, the smoke setting is below 190. Isn't that 180? But everybody's got to throw in their little thing. And then somebody else says, the smoke setting is 155 to 165. What I have found is, you know, several years ago, I was having some health issues, and I figured out that the worst thing that I could possibly do is get on Google and search symptoms. Well, next thing you know, a common cold has turned into cancer. That's kind of the same thing that's happening with these Facebook groups and people asking questions. You ask a question about one little thing, and next thing you know, you know, you've got a gamut of from here to here of problems and solutions. And for somebody that's new to a pellet smoker, their head's swimming. I mean, they're getting dizzy. They don't even know what's going on, you know? So be careful about what you ask for and what you ask about on these Facebook groups, because you got to understand there's some people on there that are experienced with these grills and can give you a straight up honest answer. There are some people that are giving you answers that don't have a clue, who may not be unbiased, and there's no telling what kind of answers you're going to get. So you've got to be smart enough and use enough common sense to decipher through all that stuff. And here's another example of that. Again, this morning, first 5 minutes that I'm up, some guy has posted a video of his pellet smoker smoking like a freight train. Out the lid, out the hopper, out the grease hole down there, out everywhere. Number one, and you know, maybe I shouldn't, but I am, because that's the way I feel. Number one, the idiot is standing there just filming it, laughing. Him and you can hear a buddy, I guess, they're laughing. Hey, look at that thing. You know, look at it smoke. Here it goes again. You know, and they're standing, I don't know, within 10 feet, and the lid blows open. Pow! Lid blows open. Smoke goes everywhere. Laughing. And get rid of your smoker, dude. Okay? That's the kind of people that you're going to get some answers from if you ask stuff on Facebook. So again, there's great answers from Facebook groups, but just be aware, some of the answers that you're getting, the people don't have any idea. It's going to be people like this guy. Okay, well, come to find out, this is what he's been doing. Well, this is about the 4th time this has happened, he says. And it always happens after an LER error, which means, I guess, low temp. He's had a flame out. Okay? Here's the first thing. He had a flame out. Okay? The way the guy's acting when all this is going on, filming it and laughing and cutting up and all this stuff, he's so irresponsible that I'm going to go ahead and assume that he's irresponsible as far as cleaning out his grill properly, irresponsible as far as making sure he's got enough pellets in his pellet hopper, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is user error over and over and over again, because the guy doesn't have a clue. Not a clue. So come to find out, this has happened 3 or 4 times, and every single time he has a flame out, what's he do? Goes right over there, hits a start button, and starts it right back up, and then kaboom. And he don't understand why it's happening. It's because you didn't do any research. You don't know how the grill works. You're irresponsible. Maybe that's harsh, I don't know. But you know, here's why it bothers me so bad. Because this guy posts it on the World Wide Web, social media, and then that product, that brand of grill, I told you should have bought a Ford. You see what I'm saying? It's not the grill's fault. Irresponsible. Let's talk about temperature swings for a minute. This is another big one. It blows my mind with some of the things people say and do. If you don't hear anything else in this video, please hear this. Leave the damn thing alone. Leave it alone. Perfect example. The other night I'm out here and I set my grill at 250. Well, it gets all the way up to 250, 260, 270, 280. So what do? You know, I see that all the time on Facebook. I've got it set at 250. They'll take a picture of the temperature screen. It's at 280. What do? I'll tell you what you do. Leave the damn thing alone. Walk over to your Yeti over there, or your Orca, or your whatever kind of Canyon or whatever kind of grill you got. Get you a cold beer. Sit down in the damn chair and leave it alone. That's what I did. I looked over. That thing's at 280. Go get me a cold drink. Sit down. Here it comes down. 275, 270, 265. Go ahead and put my stuff on. Matter of fact, it was during that biscuit thing. It wasn't 250, it was 350. I set it at 350 to do the biscuit video. It went all the way up to 380. Big deal. Leave it alone. But here's what other people do. They see it's at 380. Let me go over here. Open up that lid. Look around in there. Close that lid. Look up. Maybe I got to stir. Maybe I've got to stir the pellets. I saw that the other day. So one guy said, every hour you got to go over and stir them pellets or you're going to have a void. You know how many times I've stirred my pellets in a year and a half? Zero. 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 You got to stir them pellets. You're going to have a void. Gravity. Gravity. Y'all heard of gravity? Leave it alone. Okay? Now the big thing is this. I love it. And every time, as soon as I see the picture, I'll say out loud, why? My wife will be like, what's wrong? It's like having a marriage and nothing's wrong. Everything's going perfect. Nothing's wrong. Perfect marriage. And the man or the woman says, I don't know, something's got to be wrong. And then they go to fishing. And then they find something, there's nothing to it, but then, I knew it. Something's got to be wrong. That's what it's like with some of these pellet grill owners. You know, everything's going great. The grill's running great. Something's got to be wrong. So what do? They get one of these ThermoPros or one of these Wi-Fi things. I just don't think I was reading right. So now they go sticking their probes in there. One guy the other day, I swear to you, it looked like his grill was on life support. He's got a picture of a graph up there. Well, channel 6 is a little bit different than channel 4. Channel 5 is running right in the middle of them. Channel 1, I don't know where it's at. God, what in the world are you doing, man? I mean, look like Frankenstein. Wires everywhere. Why? Why? Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to drive yourself crazy. People drive themselves crazy looking at that little LED screen with them numbers on it. Ooh, it just changed 2 degrees. Ooh. Leave a damn thing alone. Go get a beer. Leave it alone. Don't do it. So then, here we go. Another classic Facebook answer suggestion for you. Evidently, a lot of people do it with some of these grills. I've never heard it before in my life until the other day, and I about fell out of my recliner. They were talking about temp swings, and ain't matching up and all this stuff, and somebody says to put a used toilet paper roll in between the RTD or the probe in there inside your grill and the wall. That'll solve everything. If you have an $800 to $1,000 grill and you're having to put a toilet paper roll inside of it, take it back. Take it back. But I say that to say this. You don't have to take it back. And you don't have to have that damn toilet paper roll in between your RTD and the wall. You don't have to do that. Don't do stuff like that. Leave it alone. If you keep your grill clean, if you make sure the pellet hopper is full, if you put it on a setting and leave it alone, if the quality of pellets that you're putting in your hopper are good quality pellets, you're going to have a successful cook if you leave it alone. Period. Another temp fluctuation problem that I see all the time on these groups. I can't get my temp to quit fluctuating. I can't get consistent temps on each cook. Somebody will ask the question, the golden question, what pellets are you using? And then I love it. Well, I'm using B&B pellets today. But I've been using Jimmy John pellets. They were on sale for $4.99 for a 40-pound bag. But then I used some smoke ring pellets. But before that, I was using some Traeger pellets right after I got done with the Grilla Grills pellets. But I just bought me some Pit Boss pellets. No wonder you're having temp swings. I mean, come on. I want you to make a barbecue sauce. I want you to make 4 barbecue sauces today. And let's just knock everything outside the way. Let's just say it's a tomato-based barbecue sauce. Okay? The first one, I want you to do exactly the same thing on all 4. In the first one, use Heinz ketchup. In the second one, use Hunt's ketchup. In the third one, use Dollar General ketchup. In the fourth one, use Jim Bob's ketchup. And see if they taste different. I can tell the difference in my lawnmower. If I buy gas from El Cheapo versus Clyde's versus the Shell station, you know, I found a great deal, $4.99 for 20-pound bags, so I bought a whole pallet. Well, congrats. This, if that's your game, knock yourself out. My suggestion is find a good pellet that you're happy with, okay? And stick with that brand. Period. Hey, if you're happy with $4.99 a bag and that's doing what you want it to do and you're not having any issues, perfect. That's just not me. Not me. You know, before I had my pellet smoker, I'd had a gas grill for 9 years. To exchange a propane tank's about 17 bucks, 18 bucks. Depending on where you go, it might be 20. I don't know. So for me, it's no different changing out a propane tank. So I'm gonna spend about 17 bucks, 16 bucks on a 20-pound bag. Now, a while back, I think I found a good deal on a 40-pound bag for $32 or something like that. But it was another brand that I had never tried before. Everybody was raving about it on the Facebook group. So I tried it. And after 3 cooks, my smoke pot was 3/4 full of ash. That's never happened before in my other ones. And I won't ever go back to that brand again. And I won't probably ever change brands again. Lesson learned. That's why I'm relaying it to you. Find a brand of pellet that you like. You're going to have to buy pellets either way. Just stick with your pellets. It's more important to me to have consistent cooks, knowing that when I go out to cook this afternoon, I'm going to have food ready at a certain time for my family to eat. It's going to be good quality. I'm not going to have any issues. I'm not going to be stressed out. It's worth it to me. So if you want to skimp on pellets, go ahead. If you want to try 57 different brands, go ahead. But don't complain about you having temperature fluctuations, because, you know, all pellets aren't made the same. Lastly, people I call recliner grillers. There was a post this morning. Person is sending their grill back. Have had nothing but problems. Have had flame outs. Even admitted that it's probably them, and I think it is. I'm not being rude, but I think it is, because from what I read on your post, you don't understand how the grill works. And so you've had nothing but problems. And then you ask Facebook group for advice. And then we're probably swimming in all their answers so much you didn't know which way was up. But the gist of the post was, you know, I'm not like everybody else. I don't want to go out there, turn the grill on, and have to sit by the grill and basically babysit it to make sure that it's working properly. I want to do yard work. I want to do this. I want to do that. I completely get that. And I do that on my cooks. I'll come out here. If I want to cook a Boston butt, I'll set the tent, put the butt on, and I'll go out here and mess around in the flower beds. I'll get in the pool. I'll go over there and trim some bushes. I might cut the front yard. Every now and then I'll walk by the grill, you know, after I've cleaned it out, after I've made sure I've got enough pellets in there, on and on and on. Just make sure it's running good. Check on it every now and then, give it a little spritz, go on about my business. Okay? I don't sit there and stare at it the whole time, but I do pay attention to it. Okay? I think one of the worst things that people ever said about a pellet grill is that it's an easy bake oven, which it's not, and that it's a set it and forget it, because it's not. It is not. Okay? So my biggest thing is this. If you're purchasing a pellet grill so that you can come out here and push the button, put meat on, and go back in and set your tail in a recliner with the remote for 8 hours, and then you're going to come back and ding, it's done. You don't need a pellet smoker. You need your oven that's in your kitchen. Stick with your oven that's in your kitchen. That's not what it's all about. I don't understand why people would want to do that. For me, and I understand people are different. Well, some people are different. I know people are different. Way different. But for me, there's times when I come out here and turn my pellet smoker on just to smell the smoke. I'm not even putting any meat on. It's the experience. It's the ambiance. It's the atmosphere of the cook, of the grill, with the smoke in the air. You know, everything's running, the sizzle, the drip of the meat on the hot drip pan, the smells. You don't get that from your recliner in there. You know? If that's what you want, then just stick with your oven. You want to act like you want it, but you really don't want it. Kind of thing, you know? Get involved with the experience. Okay? So in short, learn your grill, do your research, learn how the grill operates. Every pellet smoker is going to be a little bit different, but the basic operation of every pellet smoker is going to be basically the same. You got a hopper, you got pellets, you got an auger, you got a fan, you got a hot rod. Learn how they all work. Learn what happens when something does go wrong and what you should do. Please watch my video on how to clean and operate a pellet smoker properly. Please share that video to all your buddies. Okay? Not because I want my name out there, but because I want to help people understand these grills so they have good experiences, because I'm tired of seeing bad experiences because they don't know what's going on. They just woke up this morning and say, man, hey, let's go buy a pellet smoker today. Don't do it until you've done your research. Thank you for watching this rant. I appreciate it. I feel better now. Now I'm fixing to do some yard work and put something on the grill and smoke it. On a lighter note, I did get my DIY channel up, Just Piddlin DIY. I've got my first video up. I'll try to post it up here somewhere. But go check that out, see what you think about it. Let me know in the comments below on that video. Get out there and smoke something and have fun. And leave your damn grill alone. God bless you. Enjoy your backyard. Until next time, I'll be piddling. Perfect example, the other night, I'm out here and I set my grill at 250.